Welcome to the inaugural Chatting with Chumbler on Denton Community Television. I'm Neil Chumbler, Dean of the College of Health and Public Service, or as we call it, HPS, at the University of North Texas. Chatting with Chumbler, a blog about my journey as a dean and the impact I've had on the colleges I've been fortunate to lead, has been around nearly 4 years. It originated when I was a dean at Western Kentucky University for their College of Health and Human Services, and I decided to continue it when I joined UNT. You may ask, why a TV version of Chatting with Chumbler? It is because I want to use an additional avenue to share all the great initiatives we have in HPS. I came here 4 months ago and I'm proud to serve as dean. I see that there's so much talent in our college, and I want to shout our successes from the rooftops. You see, I believe a key role of an academic dean is to be the external face of the college and the brand that this college embodies. And I'm dedicated to use any avenues to promote our fine programs. My outreach efforts include a monthly Coffee with Chumbler event that allows students, faculty, and staff to speak with me in a casual setting. I attend alumni and donor functions, but I feel it's imperative to talk with parents of prospective students and the students themselves. I want to showcase all that this college has to offer so that prospective students will join us so that they can improve the lives of Denton and beyond. You may ask, why the bow tie? I have always been a bow tie devotee and began wearing them when I lived in the Deep South. I acknowledge that sporting bow ties can be intimidating to many men. To wear a bow tie, you have to have a willingness to stand out, which to me is a good thing. I've enjoyed standing out, which is one reason why I wanted to start this TV show. I want HPS to stand out not only at UNT, but in Denton and beyond, because this college has excellent faculty and academic programs. It has so much to offer to students and the community. I feel I should tell you that this style of bow tie is not common. It is called a slimline diamond tip, which some believe adds additional pizzazz. It also is a style of bow tie worn by James Bond. Now, I'm far, far from James Bond, but he knew his stuff, such as the cars he drove or the wine he drank. He knew what he wanted, the best, the high quality products. So how does this bow tie into me being Dean of HPS? It's representative of how I strive to ensure that we are the best that we can be for UNT students and how our teaching, research, and service can make direct impacts on the Denton community. We have high quality academic programs and our faculty and staff strive for excellence. You will see that over the course of the TV shows, I will showcase our high quality products that are helping shape students' futures to make an impact in Denton, in surrounding areas, and around the globe. I want to give you an idea of what to expect on this TV show. It will have some style borrowed from the Dick Cavett show of the 1970s, in that we will take an intelligent approach to interviews. We will take a wide variety of guests, both within and outside of the College of Health and Public Service, and bring you content that aims to appeal to and inform you of relevant, timely topics. For each show, I will welcome 3 to 5 guests that include faculty, staff, and students, and we'll interview them about their programs and activities. HPS has nearly 3,000 students and enrolled in a total of 34 certificate and degree programs, including bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees. We also have close to 150 employees who are highly talented and committed faculty and staff. Here's more on what we are here at HPS. The college was established in 1973, and its name has changed throughout the years. In fact, just a year ago, we changed our name to include health in the title. From its beginning, the college has included community and public service as an important area of focus. However, this is the first time the term health has been included in our title. The college will continue to maintain and showcase the great academic and research programs in the public service realm, and at the same time, we will showcase our ongoing and new health programs. So why a new concentration on health? Because the U.S. healthcare industry is vitally important for the U.S. economy. Healthcare spending as a percentage of the GDP is nearly 20%, and Medicare and Medicaid account for 25% of federal government spending. Health spending per person is nearly $10,500 per person in the U.S. and is 31% higher than Switzerland, the next highest per capita spender. This means that there will continue to be a growing need to train future clinicians and healthcare providers to accommodate a growing need for services for those living in the United States who will have health challenges and disabling conditions that thwart their everyday function. I am so pleased to have had a name change because it better exemplifies and amplifies the excellent academic programs that transcend the health and public service sectors. At HPS, we will showcase our existing programs and present to you our newly fashioned programs that will provide students with ample opportunities to graduate with degrees that allow them to directly enter the workforce. Here's a look at our new degrees and how they will help build the leaders of tomorrow and the North Texas regional workforce.
Joint Master's in Social Work degree, and it's a program between TWU, Texas Women's University, and UNT. Social work is by nature an interdisciplinary profession. We draw academically from sociology, psychology, economics. We use all kinds of theories from different academic disciplines to inform our work. And we are, in this program, we're bringing together the best resources from Texas Women's University and UNT to offer our students the opportunity to be connected to both campuses. We have a program that is face-to-face, but also has some hybrid components, and by hybrid I mean blended, meaning that some of our coursework is online, some of it is person-to-person. You develop relationships in a cohort with other students, so it's not like you just travel from class to class and you don't see the same people. You actually develop relationships that later on, as you're a social worker in the field, you can actually draw on those connections. It's a 2-year program full-time. If you have a bachelor's in social work, it's a 1-year program. It's advanced standing. You have advanced standing. You can apply and complete in 1 calendar year. We work in a lot of agencies serving people who are homeless. We serve people with disabilities. We serve older people. So we have a lot of different fields of practice, which is one of the great things about the JMSW program. You can take this knowledge that you're building, this foundation knowledge, out and use it in different ways, including making policy, doing administration, running an agency.
We offer a Master's of Science in Emergency Management and Disaster Science. Our master's degree is 30 credit hours, 24 hours in the major and 6 hours in the minor, so students can really customize it to fit whatever they're looking for in the job market. UNT has been the home of the oldest emergency management program in the country. We're actually the first bachelor's degree of its kind in the nation. It began in 1983, so we thought that this would be we need to expand that, right? What sets the master's degree apart is we focus more heavily on disaster science. So disaster science is a combination of disaster sociology, how humans respond to disasters, and hazards geography. Where are the hazards and how do they form? So disaster science is all about recognizing human-environment interaction and trying to prevent risks before they happen. Hence, we need to focus on community resilience before the event. How can we build stronger communities to withstand the impacts of these hazards that keep growing every year? And how do we do so in a sensitive way, understanding that not everybody experiences the same disaster impacts, even if they're equally exposed? We're seeing a lot of growth in the private sector, so corporations more than ever are turning to risk managers and emergency managers. They're hiring them because they want to establish continuity plans to maintain operations during a disaster and afterwards to resume them quickly. That's where the biggest job growth is, but there still is a need for emergency managers in the public sector. FEMA, state governments, local governments hire emergency managers, and having these folks with the toolkit they need to think more proactively about risk reduction is the key, getting these people in positions where they can make a difference. I don't want to ignore the nonprofit side of things as well. Nonprofits are huge collaborators after disasters. A number of volunteer organizations active in disasters, like the Red Cross, the Salvation Army, Catholic Charities, other faith-based organizations, all hire people with degrees that specialize in risk governance, particularly in vulnerability reduction. So they're trying to target some of these populations and prevent these needs before they occur.
The Bachelor's of Science in Nonprofit Leadership Studies is an exciting opportunity for students to gain the skill set in administration and management of nonprofits. We are helping them learn the fundamentals of nonprofits and foundations and philanthropies. They're learning how to write grants. They're learning how to build fundraising campaigns, really getting a full understanding of the operations behind running a nonprofit. We're also helping them match that though with their interest areas. So we cover and help represent a broad range of nonprofits, from the arts and culture to human services, social services, rehabilitation, music, so that students can feel that they can bring their passion to the nonprofit community and then learn the skill set necessary to run that operation. If a student is interested in international affairs or wants to travel after they graduate, they could use the nonprofit studies degree to pursue their interest in international nonprofits, like working for humanitarian aid or human rights efforts. If they're interested in the areas of arts or history, they could find opportunities working in historical preservation or arts museums, science museums. If they're interested in areas of rehabilitation or domestic abuse or addiction, some of the human services areas, there are many nonprofits that provide direct support or also policy and programming or advocacy work in those issue areas. If they're interested in veteran affairs, for instance, they could find opportunities working with relief organizations or organizations that pursue advocacy and policy efforts to support our veterans. We also offer a Bachelor's of Arts in Urban Policy and Planning. An Urban Policy and Planning degree is a really exciting opportunity for students that may have a variety of interest areas, whether it's in policy, geography, environmental science, to utilize their creativity, their analytical thinking, to really help us think about how we design our communities in which we live, the spaces that we enjoy, our parks and open space, our infrastructure, how we get around communities. They really learn the fundamental skill set of how to create and design the communities of today and tomorrow. Students that pursue a degree in urban policy and planning really have a wide range of career opportunities. They could work for city government, state or federal governments. They could also work for private consulting firms or private developers, or even pursue an avenue of economic development. They may specialize and consider areas of land use, transportation, environment, water, sustainability, and even climate change. What's really exciting is that students that pursue the Bachelor's of Arts in Urban Policy and Planning or Bachelor's of Science in Nonprofit Leadership Studies is that it sets them up perfectly to pursue a Master's of Public Administration.
Since we are a newly designed college, it is imperative that we undergo extensive strategic planning. The entire college, all faculty and staff, as well as stakeholders, will chart our future together as we plan our next 5 years and direct our focus on teaching, research, and service. Being renamed gives us a great opportunity to create our new brand. But in order to have a strong brand, you need to have an effective strategic plan. I'm a strong proponent of strategic planning and believe it's vital as we move forward in the next era of HPS. Our strategic plan will be all-inclusive and will consist of a collective vision of our faculty, students, and staff, as well as external stakeholders, developed through meaningful conversations about our shared aspirations. As a leader, I value teamwork, empowerment, and accountability, along with continuous renewal. I am more about transformation and not change. Transformation is more long-standing and profound. Together, we will transform the culture of HPS and evolve to meet the ever-changing needs of higher education in general and our students in particular. Overall, a strategic plan will be a key catalyst to synergistically link our faculty and academic programs to better serve our students and help shape our innovative and relevant research that finds novel solutions to real-world problems. As I mentioned earlier, I do have a blog, Chatting with Chumbler, that will help you stay up to date on what we're doing here in HPS. You can find it at hps.unt.edu/chatting-chumbler. Also, don't forget about Coffee with Chumbler, a monthly opportunity to enjoy a cup of coffee with me and ask me any questions you may have about the college. It's important to me that I am available to listen and get to know all of you. Check the calendar at hps.unt.edu for the next date and time. Thank you for joining me today. I look forward to showing you our successes and taking you with us on our journey as we shape the future leaders of tomorrow. I'll see you next time here on Chatting with Chumbler, where we'll bring in our experts to tackle relevant topics related to health and public service.